Welcome, future thinker. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an episode. Let's dive straight into today's idea. Imagine waking up and sliding effortlessly into a state of complete immersion. No resistance, no distraction, just effortless forward momentum. This isn't fiction. It's the neurocognitive miracle of flow. But how do we train our brains to enter this zone? Daily, on demand. The answer lies in understanding what flow truly is: a convergence of heightened attention, deep motivation, and seamless action. Neuroscientists pinpoint the state by monitoring brainwave patterns, especially the quieting of the prefrontal cortex and an uptick in mid-beta rhythms. A 2024 review in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews noted a 38% modulation in beta rhythms during flow states across tasks. That's measurable neuroplasticity unfolding live. Question: when in your day do you feel most absorbed in a task? What makes it happen? We often wait for flow to arrive by chance. Instead, what if you could engineer it? Daily rituals are the key. Journaling your intentions, minimizing cognitive clutter, and starting your day with a high-skill task can nudge your brain into flow faster. Environmental design helps too. Reduce visual distractions, curate auditory triggers like binaural beats, and pre-commit to deep blocks of work without interruption. Flow isn't about hustle, it's about harmony. Athletes know this instinctively. So do artists. What they all practice is rhythm, the dance between challenge and skill. Question: is your current environment aligned with how you want your brain to perform? The science also points to the importance of psychological safety. You can't enter flow if your mind is stuck in anxiety loops or future thinking spirals. That's why practices like breathwork or vagal stimulation aren't just wellness trends, they're neuro prerequisites. The more often you enter flow, the more your brain learns the pathway. This is neuroassociative conditioning, the principle that repeated access reinforces neural shortcuts. A 2024 Nature Human Behavior paper reported a 27% increase in self-reported well-being over 2 months of consistent flow journaling. That's not subtle. That's transformative. Question: what daily activity could become your personal flow anchor? Something reliable, accessible, and meaningful. Even 5-minute flow bursts count. A deep 90-minute writing sprint is powerful, but so is a fully immersed walk without your phone. Frequency matters more than intensity early on. The idea is to show your brain the entrance over and over. Eventually, it takes the shortcut on its own. Another practice to consider: micro goals. Before you start a task, define success in ultra-clear terms. Write 200 words, sketch 1 draft. That clarity primes the mind for immersion. And here's something few people talk about: hydration and blood sugar. Even mild dehydration or a glucose dip can sabotage cognitive immersion. Flow requires metabolic stability. Question: could a minor shift in your nutrition or hydration habits improve your mental clarity? Next, let's talk about movement. Physical exercise, especially rhythmic aerobic motion, stimulates dopamine and primes you for cognitive focus. Think of flow as a mind-body handshake. This is why practices like Tai Chi, swimming, or running often precede deep creative states. You're regulating your nervous system while feeding your prefrontal cortex oxygen-rich blood. But don't stop at solo flow. Group flow is a superpower. Whether you're jamming with musicians, brainstorming with a startup team, or hiking in silence with friends, shared rhythm creates mutual neural resonance. Question: when was the last time you lost track of time with someone else in a shared pursuit? Let's get more tactical. One underrated tool: analog time boxing. Use a physical timer. Set 30 to 50-minute windows. During that time, no multitasking, no social media, just pure attention. And when it ends, walk away. Let your mind rest. Recovery is what seals the learning. In fact, studies show that the default mode network, the brain's background processor, becomes more active during rest and contributes to future flow. That's right. Doing nothing is a part of getting better at flow. Question: are you giving your brain enough off time to incubate and connect ideas? You also want to track your flow frequency. Each evening note: did I hit flow today? When? What helped or blocked me? Over a week, pattern surface. You'll find your gateways. Eventually, this becomes a skill. You feel the shift, you trust the zone. And because you've rehearsed the pathway, you get there faster and stay longer. Another powerful lever, identity. People who see themselves as focused or deep workers enter flow more easily. It's the placebo effect for attention, and it works. Consider adopting a mantra, something like, I am someone who creates without resistance, or flow is natural to me. These aren't affirmations, they're neural nudges. Question: what internal story do you tell yourself about your ability to focus? We're not done yet. Let's touch on technology. Yes, tools like Notion or Obsidian can support flow, if you use them as second brains, not distraction vortices. Set up systems that reduce decisions. Every cognitive choice is friction. Friction kills immersion. Similarly, curate your inputs. Follow fewer people. Consume slower media. Protect your upstream. Imagine your attention as a garden. Weeds grow fast. Tend it daily. And remember, flow is fun. That's what makes it sustainable. It feels like play, but it builds mastery. So let's summarize. You now know that flow is not mystical. It's a repeatable neurocognitive pattern. You can prime it with intention, environment, ritual, and rhythm. It responds to structure. It thrives on trust. And it transforms how you feel, work, and live. If you build a life where flow is invited daily, you'll notice more than productivity. You'll notice peace. You'll notice presence. Because flow is alignment, mind, body, and purpose, humming in unison. Thanks for staying to the end. Like, subscribe, and share if this sparked new insight. Think deeper, act brighter.